Okay, so what I thought that I would do today, because not you, but you, Screwer, was keen for me to try and come up with an idea of another cult which would be a lot less harmful than these other cults. You know, was some of those religious cults, and also the cult of Trump. You know, the QAnon conspiracy cults involved around that. And what I thought I would do, I'd open up to the audience. And people could come in with their suggestions, and also if they have any questions about this. So first up, we've got a video question coming in, and it's from Mad Campervan. So let's see what Mad Campervan has to say. Yeah, big, tough, mad Campervan here. Now today, on my DIY session, one of my tough DIY sessions, Mad Campervan, I'm going to show you how to knock up a wax replica of your favourite celebrity or sports star, family member, or in my case, because I'm big and tough, I'm big tough Mad Campervan, I'm going to make up a wax replica of one of my least favourite celebrities. Now, I do this very, very tough. I don't have any. I start off with this. I use this as my starting frame. It's simply an old clothes hanging device, and use any sort of rigid pole as well. As you can see, I'm big, tough, Mad Campervan. I've got blue denim, high vis in my veins, and all that plain noise. As you say, I'm always close to, working areas and all stuff like that. Always plenty of tools, more tools in the plane sheds. Anyway, it should only take you 25 to 30 minutes to knock up a full-size wax replica of your favourite celebrity, or family member, etc. So, as I say, none of that namby-pamby stuff that Nigel goes on with his wax with fame, where he's bloody hiding his work behind his little screen there, and then he's coming out in his little shorts, and he's only got one little hand spatula in his hand, and he's going back behind us. Now here we just knock him up. One wax replica, as I say, 25 to 30 minutes to knock this up. And it'll be tough. I'll be tough working away, tough tools, everything. I got the wax in the tubs and everything is heating, everything's hot, tough. Yeah. So let's get to it. Well, I don't think we're going to look at that because for a number of reasons, not the least of being he should wash that shirt. And I mean, there's no way I'm going to stand here and try and put myself out of a living kind of thing. So, no. So our next question, it's on video, and it comes from John. It comes from John, and John's in Los Angeles. So let's see what John has to say.
Punks on dough, white 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 punks.
Well, I'm going to take that as a comment and not a question, and we're going to move on. And look, we're not having a great deal of success with the video questions today, so what I'm going to do, so I'll fall back on one of I printed off one of the emailed in suggestions that came in just before the show, and it came in, of course, he is a long-term critic, of course, of the You Screwers AdSense training, but he is very regular and reliable in communicating with the show, and it's from Myron Crinklebottom. Myron writes in and says, "Dear you and Nigel," he is very polite, I'll give him that, Myron. And look, I was thinking, when you're thinking about cults, he says they always need a good conspiracy theory to basically get them going. And he said, He said, I was thinking with the wax replicas that Nigel's made of famous people, he said, what about with, say, if the COVID vaccine was to be administered into the wax replicas, what about if the wax replicas came to life? Well, he's got a very interesting one there, Myron, and it is a good conspiracy theory to run with, because it's very difficult to prove otherwise, because, you know, what time lag do you have on whether the wax dummies, wax replicas come to life? Like an example, there's that conspiracy theory that, say, with some of the COVID injections, if once you're injected, that people will die in 2 years. Well, some people will die in 2 years. They were going to die either in accidents or because other things, you know, 2 years. And if you're spreading that conspiracy theory, and there's a lot of there's people who didn't die old, yeah, but it's probably be 2 years and a couple of months. You just wait, you know, or when look, really, it's 2 to 4 years. You just keep doing it. So I mean, again, it's brilliant with the wax replicas. If they get injected with the vaccines and they don't come to life right away, but they could come to life at any time. So I kind of like that one, Myron. It's very constructive and commendable for the long-term critic. Yes. Well. Anyway, that's enough. That's enough for me. I am getting a message through, though, from you. From you, just in my earpiece, that some people are emailing in. That we've got all these, there's like hundreds of people emailing in, and they want to go back and sort of watch the rest of that mad Campervan video making wax replica of whoever he's damn well making of it. Seems like a bit of a pest of a man, if you ask me. Okay. Anyway, it's been good having you back. Maybe see you again when I'm teaming up with Mr. Hugh to do more of the Nigel Wax with Fame Hugh collaboration. And maybe I'll even do a wax replica again soon. So, goodbye. Yeah, well, big, bad, mad Campervan back with you. And look, I've finished that wax replica of my least favourite celebrity. I've just put it over in a cooler area and now put it under cover so it'll got time to cool off and it won't get damaged by any of these tough toys over here. It's made of wax, so it is kind of delicate. And look, that only took me about 27 minutes by my clock, and that's the way you do them. And one of my secrets, of course, too, is with my wax. I actually infuse it with dark black coal. It's one thing I love coal. I love working with coal. Like, I mean, if I had any doubts about, you know, I mean, recently, you know, I was asked to marry a girl that I'd never met. I asked her, you know, I felt, how do you feel? And I didn't feel good about marrying a girl I'd never met, but if that was a lump of coal, I'll tell you what, I'd marry it without seeing it any day of the week. It'd be a fait accompli, a done deal, you know, no doubt about it. Anyway, I might just go over and unveil the wax replica, and then we'll show who it is. And of course, as you can see, who it is, of course, it's Nigel's from Nigel's Wax with Fame. Done a pretty good job of him. I've put him with a mask and swimming mask and snorkel. My idea is if it ever came to pass, you know, if that's like a conspiracy theory going around about wax replicas coming to life, if you ever come to life, at least the snorkel shut him up for a while, sort of thing. You know, it's like putting the old sock down the throat, you know, like Ellen Jones would say, sort of thing, you know. And look, I've never liked Nigel, you know. He's bloody marooned as a child on that deserted island in the South Pacific, probably somewhere close to where International Rescue had their headquarters. But anyway, that's another story. But Nigel's, I've never liked Nigel. He's, you know, he's there in that, sitting beside that blue lagoon on that deserted island, you know, in the mornings, sipping his lattes, bloody swimming half naked on during the day in that blue lagoon. Yeah, you know, come evening, he's there sipping his Chardonnay, bloody, and then night time smoking ganja and reading communist manifestos all the while, you know, bludging off bloody government handouts and bloody just a damn layabout on that island. Yeah, I've never liked Nigel, and I do like. I mean, it is a very complete, as you can see, wax replica of him, plus with the snorkel in the mouth. You know, my wax replicas are as good as Nigel's, but I just do them a lot tougher. And they, you know, and they've got that hardness in them. Like, you know, infused with the black coal, and yeah, Bob's your uncle kind of thing. Anyway, hey, Dr. Happy Vax, get away from that wax replica. Get away from that wax replica with your bloody vaccines. Get away, Happy Vax. What are you doing? Get away. Bloody don't inject that bloody wax replica. If it comes to life, you'll spoil my plan. I've got plans for Nigel. I'm making plans for Nigel. I'm going to use that bloody wax replica. I'm going to use it. I'm going to get a pony, a carrot and honey. I'm going to use that wax replica, and I'm going to train that pony to go and do something not so good to Nigel of Nigel's Waxing fame. Get away, bloody Happy Vax. Yeah, you bloody elite, bloody greeny, tree hugging, latte sipping, Chardonnay, bloody sipping, greeny, lefty, tree hugger, puffed a bastard. Get away from him. The bloody wax replicas come to life now. It's spoiled my whole plans for Nigel. Bloody hell, Happy Vax. So, Mr. Mad, Campervan, we meet at last. Let's see if we can test out the self-proclaimed toughness of yours, sir. I hear you've been making unwelcome advances to my beloved Hillary, which gets my gander up, man, I can tell you. Never mind all this silliness about being asked to marry a girl that you've never met. Choose, you've got plenty of weapons to choose from there, Mr. Campervan. Choose yours. I'll choose mine. Yes, Mr. Campervan, let's see. No, I don't want to have a bloody pub test, you fool. When are we going to go to a bloody trivia night, you clown? No, let's test ourselves out. Mr. Campervan, do you fear the Reaper? Of course, with all this we've seen today, we've talked about new technologies. We've talked more about conspiracy theories. We've talked about things like, we've seen things like wax replicas, coming to life, upon being given certain vaccinations and so forth. Now, if any of these things are, disturb you, and of course, I feel I wasn't myself quite ready for that segment of Alan Jones singing on stage. I feel like I need a bit of help coping with that. Yes, you need help at all. You phone those usual help numbers that you usually phone, or turn to your usual therapists or loved ones, relatives. Talk to people about help. But I mean, all these things, wax replicas coming to life, taking over, maybe fighting with each other, in the case of, the wax replica of Bob Geldof and the wax replica of the late Michael Hutchine. Will it ever happen? Will it ever happen? Well, tune in next time and find out in our next session when we take that all important one step behind. What do you all know about death? I am death. I shit on you all.